Studies show women live longer than men, and a new report says women are 80% more likely to be cash-strapped during retirement. I'm joined now by Kim Mustin, the co-head of global distribution at BNY Mellon Investment Management. So Kim, talk a little bit about this retirement savings gap, so to speak, between men and women.
The gap is real, and it happens for a number of different reasons. The first is we've heard and talked about for a number of years, and I think we're making some improvement on the wage gap between men and women, but that still does exist today. So that means women have less opportunity from their wages to be able to save for and invest in retirement. That's one headwind that they have. The second is that we find that women, in large part, don't have access to employer-sponsored plans. Pension plans are on the decline in this country. And so because they typically, if you look at the employee population, women have a higher likelihood to work part-time or below the 1,000-hour minimum requirement to participate in most defined contribution plans. So all of those things contribute to them having a lack of ability to invest in their own, into a retirement savings plan. There are still a lot of other ways that they can do that through IRAs and other types of tax-deferred savings plans. But we also find that women being caregivers, they tend to take more time out of the workforce, can also take their own personal savings to try to take care of other people in their families. So a number of different things that are happening that are creating this wage gap, but it is real. We're trying
if they're living longer than men, I mean, they're going to need more money in retirement, right?
Yes, exactly. And so I think really we're trying to drive awareness to women that you're going to have these headwinds that are going to exist. And so it's really important for you to start now getting educated, getting a financial plan, partnering with someone that you have confidence in and can trust that can help you on that financial journey.
And many people have that 401k plan from their employer, but how do they broaden out their savings plan beyond the 401k to really jumpstart their retirement?
I think it can start in a lot of different ways. It all begins with starting with a financial plan. You need to have some sort of plan so that you understand where you're going and what you're doing. Once you do that, it becomes, how do I invest on that? What's my time horizon? What's my risk tolerance, et cetera? And that can be a number of different ways. It can be from going to your local bank, and many of them have great financial services practices associated with them, or partnering with a more established financial planner that does that, across a number of different types of individuals.
And would you say that the stock market is largely the only way to build wealth besides maybe real estate or starting the next billion-dollar tech company?
Yeah, I think there are a number of different ways, and it's important for you to look at your entire opportunity set. We find that a number of people, particularly women, they end up at the end of their lives with a lot of illiquid assets, like their home.
But if people are looking at the stock market now and it's so volatile, and they're like, I don't want to go into the stock market. It's too risky.
Yeah, and I think, again, that's where understanding what your time horizon is, and that might not be appropriate for some individuals, but if you're just starting out saving, or if you're in the middle of your savings plan over the course of your life, not being in the stock market could be a detriment to you, because particularly as women, we're going to live longer than our male counterparts. It will be important, in order for you to outpace inflation and some of the other high hurdle rates around healthcare costs, et cetera, for you to be invested in something that at least has some element of risk, so that you get that reward at the end. But again, it depends on each individual, and that's why it's important to have a good plan.
All right, Kim Mustin from BNY Mellon Investment Management, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
For Main Street, I'm Scott Gamm in New York.